Today we're going to show you 5 of our favorite sandwich recipes.
So good.
That we love to make anytime. So check it out. Got some chicken ready for us to make these delicious Alabama chicken sliders that you are going to absolutely love. That's right. And so we are going to show you how this is done.
We've pre-greased the crock pot.
With some olive oil spray.
Right.
We're adding
5 to 6 boneless, skinless chicken thighs here.
Yeah, I like to use the chicken thighs. They stay moist, you know?
They do.
As opposed, I mean, you could do the chicken breast if you want, but...
They dry out quicker.
Yeah, they do. We're going to place these in.
1/4 cup of water.
And then we have 4 tablespoons
of salted butter. And then 1 teaspoon of granulated chicken bouillon.
And that's going to add even more chicken flavor.
Mm-hmm. And now 1 teaspoon of salt, 1/2 teaspoon of black pepper, teaspoon of garlic powder, and a teaspoon of onion powder.
Sprinkle that on.
And 1 tablespoon of W sauce. Yes.
Yay, Worcestershire sauce.
Worcestershire.
And then
1 teaspoon of liquid smoke.
Okay.
Now we just put the lid on.
Cover it and cook it. So we cooked it on high for about 4 hours. So depending on how your crock pot cooks, you just want to make sure that internal temperature of the chicken reaches 165 degrees. And about 30 minutes before it's done cooking, got these onions sliced into rings.
Onion rings.
Onion rings. And they'll soften up for about 30 minutes. And in the meantime, Sheila's going to make some sauce.
Yes.
Alabama barbecue sauce. Okay, so in this bowl we've got
2½ cups of mayonnaise.
Mm-hmm.
1 cup of white vinegar.
Okay.
1/2 cup of apple juice. 1 teaspoon of salt. 2 teaspoons of black pepper. 1/2 teaspoon of cayenne pepper. 2 teaspoons of lemon juice. And 2 teaspoons of horseradish. And 1/4 cup of sugar.
Okay. And you could use brown sugar or just granulated sugar, right?
Right.
Okay. So then when those onions are softened, we're going to take them out and set them aside. Then we're going to take the chicken thighs out of the juice.
And then we're going to shred it.
Just with some forks.
Yeah, with 2 forks and just shred it.
Okay. And then you can pour some of that juice on top to keep it moist, right?
Right.
Until we're ready to make the sliders or
Yes.
the chicken sandwich or whatever you're going to make with it.
I put juice on it so I could bring it up here to keep it moist.
So first thing we did is we got some just potato rolls. These are the small slider rolls. And we got some butter on them and some garlic salt. And we're going to put these in the broiler so they get nice and golden brown because Sheila loves the golden brown tops.
I love tops.
So we're going to put this in the broiler right now.
We had these broiling for about 4 minutes and they are already toasty.
Yeah, they're already toasted on the edges. It looks really good, doesn't it?
It does.
So we got our baking dish pre-greased and we got our bottom halves in the 9x13 dish, and we're going to put some pickles on the bottom. Just a couple on each of them. So then we're going to take our shredded chicken that she pre-cooked in that crock pot, and we're just going to place it on each one of these. I didn't say it was going to be a neat sandwich. I just said it was going to be good.
Oh, neat's never good. Messy is good.
Messy is delicious.
Such a good thing for ball games or family gatherings or something.
All right, then we've got some of these softened onions.
Yes.
And we're going to put a couple on each one.
There's a lot of good recipes comes out of Alabama.
That's right. I'm just moving some around here so they...
Yeah. Spread the love around.
I am. I'm fixing it a little bit.
There it is.
All right. Now hand me that delicious sauce you made.
Here we go.
Hey, look, it's even in crimson red.
Yes, look at that.
Yum, yum. Delicious sauce that she made. And we're just going to drizzle that right on top of each one of those. The Alabama white sauce.
That is so good.
We're going to take our buns, put them right on top. We got our oven preheated.
Yes, to 350 degrees.
And we are going to take this and put that in the oven for about, what, 10 minutes?
About 10 minutes.
A minute or two before they're done, we're going to baste the top of these with some more melted butter. And then it'll go back in the oven for a minute or two, just until the tops get nice and golden brown, and then they'll be done. Look at this.
Really?
Oh my gosh, that smells so good.
You're going to love this.
Delicious.
This is good.
This is really good.
Yes.
I think we should try it.
Ready?
Oh, Alabama chicken slider.
Awesome.
This is chicken salad from leftovers. Use any chicken you want. 4 cups of chopped up chicken, 1 cup of chopped up hard-boiled eggs, 1 cup fine chopped celery, 1 cup of real fine chopped white sweet onions, and then 1 cup of sweet pickled relish. Get that all stirred up in here. Teaspoon parsley in here. And now it's time for the mayonnaise, and here's where everybody's going to be different. I like it really wet. You might want it a little on the drier side, and I got 1 cup here, so I'm going to start out with a 1/2 cup. That's looking pretty good with a 1/2 cup. 1/4 teaspoon of salt, and almost coat the top of it pretty good with black pepper. A nice scoop of chicken salad from leftover. Pile on enough to where it falls off the side of the bun, then mash it on top. There it is, chicken salad. Are you ready for lunch?
If you like chicken recipes like we like chicken recipes, then you are going to love this chicken recipe.
We're making a chicken parmesan sandwich. Okay, we're starting with the bread.
Yes, we went down to Publix to the bakery and got some hoagie rolls.
Yeah, Publix has great rolls down there.
Yes, they do. So fresh.
Nice and soft. And you could use French or Italian or any kind of bread you want. So I'm just going to slice these in half. And I like to make the bread like my garlic bread because it has good flavor.
It does.
So I'm going to get these open. We're going to add some butter. And I'm using real butter here. Some garlic salt. Sprinkle of that on there. And some grated Parmesan. Just sprinkle some of that on there. And I'm just getting these ready to go. I'm not going to put them in the oven quite yet. We got some boneless, skinless chicken breast.
Cut those in half.
So we've got our 3 dishes here. And the first one, we've got some seasoned flour with...
1/2 teaspoon of salt and 1/2 teaspoon of pepper.
And then we've got a couple eggs and a little bit of milk that we whipped up to make an egg wash. And then we've got some Italian breadcrumbs. And we're going to add some...
Parmesan grated cheese.
And we're going to add about 2 tablespoons of this in here, but I'm going to reserve the rest for just a little bit later. So we'll mix that into the Italian breadcrumbs. Then we're going to take our chicken.
And dredge it into the flour mixture.
Get it completely coated on both sides. And then we're going to place it in our egg wash.
Then into the breadcrumbs.
And we're going to repeat that. Do it again. We got skillet on medium heat.
But olive oil.
2 tablespoons.
2
Yeah.
tablespoons.
And we're going to place the chicken in. And we're going to brown that up till it's nice and crispy brown on the one side. Then we're going to flip it over and brown the other side. You don't want to overcook the chicken, but you want to make sure that it's thoroughly cooked. So now that the chicken is cooked and we got it browned up on both sides, we're just going to take it, place it aside, go ahead and put that bread in the broiler for about 2 to 3 minutes. Keep an eye on it. Don't let it burn. It's not going to take very long.
Now we got our marinara sauce.
And I just picked up some Rayo's marinara sauce, and we're going to heat that up in the microwave. So I just got it in a bowl here. And now that that's all warmed up and our garlic bread is done.
Layering it up.
That's right. So we got the garlic bread. We're going to take a little bit of our warmed up marinara sauce. And guys, you can take a little bit of your Italian seasoning and flavor up your marinara sauce if you want a little bit more. I always doctor mine up a little bit with some more seasonings. So we're just going to spread that on the garlic bread. Then some of that
Grated Parmesan.
that we reserved from earlier.
And then a piece of chicken.
I'm going to stack these on here.
Put another one on there.
Yeah, I'm not sure how they're all going to fit, but it's going to be a messy sandwich, but it's going to be a good one. Some provolone cheese. Then we're going to add some more of that warmed up marinara sauce. Like I said, it's not going to be a neat sandwich, but it's a good tasting sandwich.
You may need a dishcloth instead of a napkin.
Yeah. Yeah, we like it messy. Some mozzarella cheese, and then I'll just lightly coat the top here. And then we're going to put that on. And you could heat this up in the oven if you want that cheese melted some more.
Or put a toothpick in that so it doesn't fall over.
Yeah. Just place this in the broiler for about 2 to 3 minutes just to get the cheese melted and get it crispy.
Can't wait to try this.
We're going to slice it in half and pop it in the broiler for a few minutes. Look at that.
Today we're going to make Texas toast grilled bologna sandwiches with Tennessee chow chow. Oh, it smells so good, man. Perfect, perfect. Look at that. Isn't that beautiful? Let me go back to flipping our bologna here. All right, let's give our bologna a turn. All right. Got some nice color on there. Sheila, on your half, you want provolone or do you want mild cheddar?
Baby Swiss.
Okay, all right. She wants baby Swiss. Let's add the star of the show. These are going to kind of hang over to one side. There's Sheila's.
Baby Swiss.
Baby Swisses. Might have to turn the camera off so I can get a spoonful of this stuff. It's so delicious. I got to have a bite of this slider.
Today we're making French dip sliders. So let's get started.
We're starting out with a package of sweet rolls.
And these are just your King's Hawaiian rolls. There's a 12-pack in here. And these are perfect for making these slider sandwiches. So we're going to take it out of the package.
We're going to just leave it together and then slice it in half.
Yeah, get yourself a really good sharp bread knife and just slowly cut it. Make sure it's pretty even. But this makes it easier than trying to do individual rolls, separating them. So we're just going to slice this in half. Makes it real simple.
Then take the top off and fold it over.
Yeah, look, it's all one piece, but
we took about a tablespoon of salted butter and pre-greased the bottom of the 11 by 8 baking dish.
And we're just going to put these in there. Then, once they're in there, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to separate them.
Then we have some provolone cheese.
And we've got about 10 slices here, so I'm just going to break these in half and maybe in half again. Tear them up, and you can just place them on there, and it doesn't have to be perfect. Just put a couple pieces on each, and we'll do that to all of these.
Just as long as it covers the bottom of the roll.
Exactly. Just went to the deli and got a pound of roast beef. I just had them cut it up real thin for me, and I'm just going to
layer that on top of the provolone cheese.
And guys, you can put as much or as little as you want on this. You could add other kinds of meat, but this is just delicious with this recipe. So I'm going to do that to each one of these. And you can see why I separated it. It makes it easier to see where all the sliders are. So
then we have some thinly sliced sweet onion.
Yes, Steve's favorite, sweet onion. And you could saute these in the microwave or in a skillet if you want to with a little butter. But I'm just going to put these on.
And lay that on top of there.
Because they're going to cook in the oven. And they're pretty thin. But they'd be good caramelized too. So whatever your preference is.
Then we will put the remaining provolone cheese on top of the onion.
That's going to help those onions stay on there too.
Like we said, it doesn't have to be perfect, just as long as it covers.
Yep, it is going to melt.
Melt right in my mouth.
So I'm put the tops back on here.
Straighten it up, girl. There you go.
Gonna get it straight.
Your mama's watching. We are adding a packet of Lipton onion soup mix into a half a cup of melted butter.
And this is unsalted butter, guys. Now, if you have is salted butter, then you can go ahead and use it, but it's going to be a little bit saltier because there's quite a bit of salt in this Lipton onion soup mix. So we're just going to mix this up in the unsalted butter.
Pouring that on top. Just drizzle it on there.
And you'll notice that the onion kind of sticks to the bottom of the glass here. So, and that's fine. I'm just gonna pull that out and evenly place it on top of these rolls.
It's gonna be good.
It is gonna be good. So yeah, you can just kind of take your little baster and pull it out.
Straighten out those onions, Jen.
I am. I'm making it straight.
Those CDs coming out in you.
That's right. I know. I'm going to get those straightened on there. I want them to look pretty. It does look good, though. So look at that. It's ready to go in the oven.
We have our oven preheated to 350 degrees.
And we're going to place these in there
We're going to cover it with foil loosely.
Yeah, don't let it touch the cheese so it doesn't stick to it. And the bun tops, just kind of loosely cover it. And we're going to let that bake for about 25 minutes.
So while that is in the oven,
we're going to get some of this au jus gravy mix. And so just make this according to the package directions. It's right on the back of the packet here.
we have 3 cups of cold water in our small pot.
And we're going to put our au jus gravy mix.
Whisk that in.
And it's easier to do this when the water's cold so it doesn't get clumpy. So we'll whisk that together. Let that heat up. It's on medium heat right now. And once we get that boiling, you can see it starting to boil there.
Once it comes to a boil, we are going to add a pinch of black pepper.
And you could also add a little bit of Worcestershire sauce or, you know, whatever else you want to put in there to flavor up your au jus. So, but I'm just going to put a little pepper because there's a lot of flavor in these little sliders already.
Plenty of flavor in these.
Mm-hmm. Delicious. So once that's in there, we're going to turn off the heat and set it aside. We'll check on our sliders.
It's been in for about 25 minutes. So now we will remove the foil. Then we're going to lightly baste the top of these rolls.
And this time I'm using salted butter, just like we did on the bottom, because I think it'll add a little flavor to the tops too, but
Can y'all smell this?
it smells so good.
Oh, well, if you can't, we'll tell you. It does smell awesome.
It does. Oh my gosh.
Then we put them back in the oven uncovered for about 5 minutes. Looks like they are done, and they look so good.
Wow.
Look at that.
They do. Look at all that melted cheese and...
Remove them from the oven. This is definitely a recipe for the game.
Absolutely.
You know me, I like the corners.
Yeah.
Well, I like the corners in the middle. Any of it. Look at the cheese melted. If you don't like provolone, you can use whatever kind you want.
Oh yeah. Cheddar would be good too.
But this right here is so good. Wow, that looks so good, and I'm so hungry. Let's eat.
Got our au jus. We're going to dip it in there, and look at that. French dip sliders. Yum.
Look at that. Awesome. As Steve would say,
is this the best French dip slider recipe? If it ain't, it ought to be. We'll see you next time right here on Cooking with Shotgun Red. Bye.
Well, that's Shishi and Jen, them 2 girls having too much fun. We hope you enjoy this recipe, and we really hope you subscribe to our channel. That's easy. Little Shotgun Red's face will pop up over here in a little bit. When you click on it, it'll say subscribe, then you're subscribed. Next to it will be a little notification bell. If you click that little bell, then YouTube will send you every single one of our recipes or a notification that we posted one as soon as it comes out. See you next time right here on Cooking with Shotgun Red. Is this the best? If it ain't, it ought to be.